Hey, there's more to life than shipping.
Don't you dare insult shipping in my presence.
Let's kick things off with a question. What's your favorite moment in The Owl House? It can be any specific scene or even an entire episode. That question can be hard to answer, as there's so many amazing moments. The consistent quality of the show makes creating a video condensing all of its great qualities into a compact thesis challenging. However, it can be easier and more fun to scale down and dissect one impactful moment. Whenever I asked myself this question, I would always drift back to the finale and the emotions I felt as the story came to its close. So rather than trying to phone in some needlessly verbose script about something inane, let's just scale back and chat about one scene in the finale and why it lives rent-free in my brain after all these years. My favorite part of the Owl House finale is its introduction, where Luce, Ida, and King are forced to experience their worst nightmares. For Luce, her nightmare involves her dear friends verbalizing and confirming her greatest insecurities. It's an interesting concept that's slightly brought down with how easy it is to see the twist coming. However, the intro is able to stick the landing with Gus's section. There are three aspects of his section that makes his segment so memorable. The first is Gus's naturalistic writing and voice direction. One issue with the intro is how plainly the characters speak. Having the characters break from their usual speaking patterns unintentionally gives away that something is off. I understand this direction as it contributes to the idea that listening to our intrusive thoughts can be unhealthy. It's also important to note that all of these characters are being puppeted by the collector, which is another explanation for this writing decision. However, the decision to keep Gus's usual cadence while berating Luce adds to the tension of the scene. The second aspect that makes this scene great is Gus's reason for being angry. While all the other characters have rather abstract reasons for being angry with Luce, Gus actually has an understandable and tangible reason. Of course, it isn't Luce's fault for the cataclysm that the Boiling Isles face, alongside her friends being separated from their parents. Despite this, it's understandable why anyone in Gus's position would be upset about this. Finally, the last aspect of this scene that makes it great is the contrast of a normally joyful character becoming enraged. It's been a while since I've watched the show, but I really don't remember Gus ever being an angry or bitter person. Seeing this normally cheerful character become so angry so quickly at one of his good friends no less is rather disarming. The beginning of this scene, the brief few seconds where Luce is both relieved to see Gus and alarmed at his sudden insult, hits me the most. It's an otherwise amazing and miserable scene. The Owl House is full of memorable moments, but if I ever reflected on the show, I'd always come to this scene. I think it's the contrast of having such a stressful scene occur in such a short amount of time that makes it so memorable. There's been some big fights, some scary monsters, and tense situations in the show. Despite all of that, one scene where a friendship risks being broken is the most stressful and memorable to me. Weird.